Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Comics to Look Out For. This is Payne's Comics, and I'll be going through all the comics that I think you should be pre-ordering or looking into from the November previews catalogue for everything coming out in January 2017. The first comic that I'm showing you today is from Dark Horse, and this is Slayer Repentless issue number 1, and this is a variant cover. This one is by Eric Powell. I know there are a lot of Eric Powell fans out there, and I know there's also quite a few fans of the band Slayer. This comic series is going to be based on their latest album, Repentless, and more specifically the music videos to those songs. It doesn't sound like my sort of thing, but if you're a fan of Slayer or Eric Powell, you might want to pick up this variant. Next up, BRIGGS issue number 6. In a previous episode I said that I believe it was issue number 4 was going to be the last episode in the first story arc, but in this previews catalogue it states that volume 1 will be issues 1 to 6, so technically this will be the last issue of that volume. So if you want to pick up this story, you'll be able to get the first volume in January, and then in February you'll be able to start collecting the single issues. On to DC, KAMANDI Challenge issue number 1. Now this is a really interesting, I know there's a lot of fans out there of the old Jack Kirby KAMANDI comics, and this one is going to be a 12 issue series, and there's going to be 14 different creative teams doing the issues, and every single issue is going to end on a cliffhanger, which the next creative team have got to then resolve and then create another cliffhanger for the team after that. I'll just read out a list of some of the people that will be working on this 12 issue miniseries. Neil Adams, Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor, James Tynion IV, Margaret Bennett, Dan Jongers, Tom King, Kevin Eastman, Rob Williams, Walt Simonson, Gail Simone, that's just to name a few. I personally won't be picking up this series because I've never read the KAMANDI, but I know a lot of you guys do, so that's something that I wanted to share with you. Okay, so there's going to be another 4 Rebirth issues coming out in January. All of them are titled Justice League of America. There'll be Killer Frost, the Atom, the Ray, and Vixen. The Atom isn't the one that you know from Legends of Tomorrow. This is the 4th version of the Atom. He makes his first appearance in DC Universe Brave New Worlds. Batman Beyond, issue number 4. This one apparently is going to be a big turning point for Terry McGinnis. Next up we have Batgirl issue number 7. This one is titled Son of Penguin Part 1. As far as I could tell from looking around on the web, there is no mention of a Son of Penguin, so this leads me to believe that this will be his first appearance. And Harley Quinn issue 12 and 13 will continue to have variant covers by Frank Cho. And for all the Batman 66, Wonder Woman 77 fans out there, they will have a meetup in Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77, and this is the variant cover by Alex Ross. If you're a fan of any of those 3, it may be something you might want to get. Okay, last up for DC, we have Justice League Power Rangers issue number 1. This is a 6 issue miniseries, and I know there's a lot of fans of Power Rangers out there in the comic book community, and something that I think that you may find interesting is there's going to be variants where a member of the Justice League and a member of the Power Rangers will be on the cover together. Well, this one here has Flash and the Black Power Ranger on it, and this one has Green Lantern and the Yellow Power Ranger, Superman and the Green Ranger, and so on. So you can mix and match your favourites of those 2 characters with a variant cover of that one. On to Image. There are a couple Image number 1s coming out in January, but this one sounds like the best one in my opinion. Curse Words. I'm just going to read you the solicitation here. It's by Charles Soule. He's a really good underrated writer in my opinion. Let's get this bit. Wizard has appeared in New York City. He is casting wonderful spells, getting famous, getting rich. It's great. But it's not. The Wizard has everyone fooled. He's actually an evil wizard, and evil things are on their way. Curse Word is a gonzo modern fantasy full of darkness, light, and magic. Honestly, it sounds cool. In the previews catalogue, there's a couple panels of the comic. It looks quite interesting to me. I like the cover. It seems pretty funky. Makes it seem a little bit like Birthright to me. I really like that series. But obviously it's going to be different in many aspects. But that's definitely something that I want to check out, and I think you should too. And there will be a B cover by Scotty Young. Obviously there's a lot of Scotty Young fans out there, and I have no idea what it's going to be like, whether it will be sort of like the baby variants that he does for Marvel, or whether it will be like the Guardians of the Galaxy ones that he did for the Guardians of Infinity. But if you're a fan of his art, that will probably be something that you want to get. Kill or Be Killed, issue number 5. This is the start of a new story arc, so you'll be able to pick this one up and get the trade for the first 4 issues if you haven't already. They both come out on the exact same day. Personally, I'm really liking this series, and if you haven't read it, January will be a good time for you to jump in. Issue number 18. I really like this series. I love the writing, the art by Dustin Nguyen. It's fucking amazing. I love how the watercolor thing with the, you can see the little pencil lines and all that stuff. I talked about that before, but in this issue, someone of the main cast dies. As you can see here in the very last line, one of Descenders cast members makes the ultimate sacrifice. Obviously it's not going to be Tim 21, probably not Andy, but it could be Driller or one of the other main characters. I really like Driller, he's really cool. If you read the previous issue of Descender, you find out a bit about Driller, which makes you think he's not going to get along with Andy, but that's enough spoilers for that. And I just want to point out the cover for Image Plus issue number 10. I have absolutely no idea what that's about, but whatever that comic is, I want to get it. Animosity: The Rise is a one-shot. Animosity is a very big series. I know Manny NYC is loving it. This may be one that might accidentally slip under your radar or might not go onto your pulls if you automatically pull this. So just make sure with your LCS that this goes on. Very hot book, and I can also see some demand for this comic as well. For all my wrestling fans out there, Boom Studios will be releasing another WWE series. This one is just called WWE. It looks like it's going to be an ongoing series. So if you're a fan of that, you want to check that out. And they are doing a bunch of variants with some of your favourite wrestlers on there. But I'm sure the most sought after ones are the ones that are retailer incentives, like Macho Man Randy Savage, and there are some others. From Dynamite, we have Red Sonja, issue number 1. This is the B cover. It's a standard $3.99 cover price. And this is basically the whole image for the one that I showed last month, where it was much more zoomed in for the issue 0. That's why it was called the sneak peek issue. Wasn't sure why it was called sneak peek, but now we know. So yeah, this is basically that cover, but the whole image. They also have this cover as a retailer incentive, but it's a Virgin variant. So there'll be none of the writing at the top. So if you want to get that as well, that's something that you should ask your LCS about. And for all my Game of Thrones loving homies out there, they have a Red Sonja on Throne variant for Dynamic Forces. This is $10. This is the colour one. Obviously, they haven't produced that yet. The black and white will be $50. But if, like me, you like Game of Thrones, Red Sonja on Throne variant will be one that you'll probably want to get. So if you want to get that, hit up Dynamic Forces or your local comic shop to get that. On to Rothic Comics. Southern Nightgown issue number 4 is a Dawn Mateed cover with Sabine Rich colours. This one I'm not impressed with, but I am on the fence because I'm pretty sure I've ordered all the previous ones. Not really sure if I want to break my streak, but I'm not really 100% sold on the cover of this one. But another comic from Rothic Comics here is Fear of Magic issue number 3. Again, another beautiful Sabine Rich cover. This one's obviously like a fairy tale land with like a fairy tale character, and it's got bunch of little like Tinkerbells. You got like one down here, and like one on her shoulder and one on her head. and it's got all the flowers mixed in the hair and everything. I just think that looks really nice. Absolutely beautiful cover. And on to Marvel. Marvel will be releasing Monsters Unleashed issue number 1, written by Callum Bunn and art by Steve McNiven. Looks like the first issue is going to be a wraparound cover. It will be $5, but if you are a fan of all those 70s monster type characters, this is probably something you're going to want to pick up. Hit up my boy GPAP. He will let you know about all the issues that you're going to want to pick up for first appearances and stuff. But also, Spider-Man, Deadpool will have a Monsters Unleashed one-off issue, and the same as Avengers, and both of those will have Gwenster variants, or Gwen Monster, however you want to pronounce it. So if you're a Gwen fan who wants to have some sort of Gwen cover on something, there'll be ones for you to pick up. They are also $5 cover price. Next up from Marvel, we have Mighty Captain Marvel issue number 1. This will have a young and hip hop variant, but it will also have incentive variants by Alex Ross and Phil Noto, for all you Alex Ross and Phil Noto fans out there. Next up, we have Unstoppable Wasp. This is the new Wasp. She made her first appearance on Free Comic Book Day, but we haven't really seen that much of her since, and this is her first solo title. Again, for this, there'll be baby, hip hop, and action figure variants. For you Deadpool and Howard the Duck fans out there, this would be one for you to pick up. We have Deadpool the Duck. To be honest, I think they're milking both these cows quite a lot, but if it's something that you want, then go check it out, because they'll probably go relatively quickly. And the last comic that I'm going to show you, which unfortunately I don't have an image for, Venom issue number 3. This is a J. Scott Campbell variant. This is a 1 in 100 variant. This was going to cost you a fair bit of money to get. Being the fact that it's a Venom and a J. Scott Campbell, I'd probably see this going up in value. Whether enough stores will order 100 copies of Venom issue number 3 to get this variant is another matter, but I could foresee it becoming quite sought after. I personally won't be pre-ordering this because it will be too much money for me personally, just because I won't know what the condition of it will be until it actually gets here. Alright, that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of the comics that I've put on this video. Let me know if there's anything you think I've missed. Let me know what you think of the video in general. Like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, peace out.